Hello, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Womiba Finance channel. My name is Onyinye, and I am also popularly known as Solia Kenwigo. And today I'll be telling you some secrets and how you can actually go to Canada if you don't have money, but you have people inside Canada. Which means this is a thing where if you're struggling with money, you don't want the school process or the staying in Nigeria to look for job, or Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, South Africa, or Zambia or Zimbabwe. So now, how are you going to do it? Of course, there's an easy route to do it. It might be a tourist visa, it might be a visitor visa. The rules, these 5 key rules applies, and steps applies to both of them. So, without wasting much of your time, I would like to tell you this. This is one of the hottest now with the rules. You know, what Canadian authority have changed in their visa system, which means the IRCC, which is Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, of Canada. So they are called IRCC, Immigration, Refugee, Citizen, and Canada. That's IRCC. So they are the people in charge of your everything about your immigration processes, and they are the one to enforce the law regarding those things. The person is willing to invite you. And secondly, if you don't have much money to go through the processes, like all these processes, looking for job application, verification, interviews, if you don't have that kind of much time, but you have somebody that can invite you. And why I'm telling you about somebody now is that is the season the person can invite you. Of course, this is summer almost everywhere, and most of you might call it fall season, where from if you're in America, Canada, or somewhere there. So now, why would you go to Canada with this opportunity? Number one, you have limited funds. Number two, you want the quickest. You don't want stories that touch. Number three, something that you are sure that will guarantee the processes. That's the 3 things why you need to watch this video to the end. And again, I will make it so simple for you. Now, let me say you don't have money and you are in Africa, somewhere in Kenya or South Africa or Zambia or Nigeria or Ghana or Cotonou or Togo, wherever you are in Africa, but you want to go to Canada to work and you are looking for this hottest route. Number one, if you are in that category, but you're online, you've got friends, maybe high school, college, that are in Canada, they are working. The keynote is that they are working. And the second keynote is that you back home is working. I don't mind how much you're earning, but you are in a government job, or you are in a private sector job, or you are in a business that have business accounts, because I will come to that. So what is the next step? The first step is to get your immigration papers. And if you are in Nigeria and you've gotten this paper, I will explain why you need to go and get a new one. If they are giving 10 years, go ditch the old one. Go and get the one with 10 years. Why, you might ask? Number one is that if the Canada give you this visiting visa or tourist visa, whatever they give you, it goes into that 10 years. And again, what you have to do with this current IRCC changes in visitors visa and tourist visa, what you have to bear in mind is this. One, if they give you that visa in that your 10 years passports, like in Nigeria, I think they are doing 10 years now, I don't know, but that's the best. So that visa stays 10 years. What it means is that you have to go to Canada and spend only 6 months and go back. You might go back to America, stay in America, apply for the visa, then they will give it to you. They are calling it floloping or something like that. I will explain it, but it's not in this. If you don't have money, you don't want to come back all the way to Africa, then, but if you want to stay in Canada, then this is where it gets interesting. You have gotten this passport that is 10 years. The first route is that get somebody to invite you. If you don't have money, you don't want to go through to POF, proof of fund. You don't want to go through that route. You want just quick and easiest. Get somebody that is working, earning income, and have house address to invite you. Now, I don't know, but if you don't have somebody to invite you, then you go through tourist visa. But that one, you have to show the government who is funding, the financial aspect of it will be so much, on you, because you have to prove a lot of things within the space of 90 days. But I don't want you to go. Let us remove the tourist visa now. Let's go to the cheapest and hottest one people are using now to go to America, to go to Canada in September, August, and they are giving people this visa anyhow. Now, if you have somebody in Canada, the person now invites you, you go to the IRCC, that is maybe Canada embassy in your country, Zambia, South Africa, anywhere. You go to the embassy, you apply for your visiting visa. You have to show them that you're working in Nigeria. You have to show them that you're a good citizen. You attend whatever they said you should attend prior to the giving you the visa. You did all that, fine, you get this visa. Then buy your tickets. Second one, get your things ready, buy your tickets, carry all your certificates and everything. Start going to Canada. When you get to Canada, okay, when you go to Canada now, the first thing you have to do is to go and look for jobs. Labor market impact assessment. So what do I mean by this? Canada said that before this job, they give it to a foreigner that will seek visa to stay in their country, that these people, that the employer of that labor must have advertised it and make sure that nobody wants to do that job. Then he is getting somebody, you, to do the job. That's what labor market impact assessment means. So now that job you are seeking for, you have to make it clear to them that you will need Lima acceptance letter or offer letter, whatever they call it. So the step 3 is to get in that Lima. When you get that Lima, then get the job, make sure that you are good with this job. Then apply for work permit. It's stress away. Because if you have job and linear certificate, nobody will deny you visa. That's the truth. Nobody will deny you visa. You can even sue the IRCC. Yes. Because you've got the visa, there's no any illegality in your paperwork. Everything is fine. And this is what they put out and this is what they want. So that is how to stay in Canada. I talked about the tourist one. The tourist one is this. Why tourist one? Because you have to prove that you're in this job, you're working this job. Look at your salary and look at your business. If you're doing business, like I already said in previous video, please, if you're doing business and you want to migrate abroad, please go and open a business account, because these things, you have to show people that you're official. I don't mean it's part of the packaging. You have to package yourself very well, that you are a businesswoman or man with a business account. Look at, even if you don't do that sales, get people to flush in money and flush out money. That's, I don't want to be telling you this. Guys, you people should know what you should do to get cash flow in and cash flow out at the end of the month. Then package it after 3 months, get 3 months statement. Okay, do it 4 months so that when you're getting the 3 months statement, everything will rhyme. Then take it to Canadian, if you're working, if you're a 9 to 5 job or you're a banker, you take your pay slip. If you're then, you go and apply for tourist visa. Once they give you this tourist visa, remember I say go and get a new passport so that their visiting visa, that their 10-year visiting visa should stay in that, so that you don't have problem of changing your passports or this thing. Some countries now are offering 10 years, which is good. So you don't have time to be changing all this, going to immigration house and be changing everything all the time. Because some of the passport now, some countries don't even need it because of the fingerprint. Most of the governments now have everybody's fingerprints. So due to everything now is fingerprints, some are giving 10 years, some are giving 7, some are still giving 5. Anyway, but if you can get the 10 years in your country, if your country is giving 10 years, it's better. If they are not giving 10 years and only 1 year is remaining in your passport, don't use that passport. Go and get a recent one, which is 5 years. Then take that 5 years visa, or I wouldn't say 5 years visa now. Take that, your passports, the new one, and go and apply a tourist. Then when you are applying, if you don't have anybody in Canada, go to booking.com. You will see a cheap hotel. You book it. You pay some deposits. Some people ask for 30%. Some people ask for 100% deposit. So get the one that will ask the cheap one in case. So then book a hotel where, like, book 1 week. They will know that you're serious. You have paid for your visa. You have paid for booking where you will stay and hang around. And what else? They will give you this visa. And when you go back, remember what we said before. Then when you get inside Canada, that day you got inside Canada, look for job. There's job, find job, restaurants, this healthcare assistant. Just hang on to something that are ready to give you LIMIA. What do I say LIMIA is? Remember, labor market impact assessment, to show the Canadian authority that the employer have, the employer has advertised this job everywhere in Canada, and they couldn't get a replacement for this job or somebody to do this job, and now the employer has gotten someone. Now you are the person employer got. Then you go and apply for your work permits. You get your work permit. You don't need to come back to Nigeria again. You don't need to come back to South Africa if you're from South Africa. You don't need to come back, go to Tanzania or Zambia if you're from Zambia. It's simple. Remember these 4 key stages. The 4 key stages I said is that make sure that the visa is new, so that you can use that visa with that lengthy 10 years visiting visa. You can use it in 1 passport. Then number 2 is to apply for job. Number 3 is to seek LIMIA acceptance letter. Number 4 is to apply for work permits. So far you have LIMIA and a job. You are already in Canada to work. Nobody is telling you to go home. And nobody would. Then apply for work permit. From work permit, start building your points or whatever to get your PR. PR is permanent resident permit or card, whatever the country, Canada calls it. So this is simple and easy. These 4 steps. Remember, if you have somebody in Canada that is willing to stick in their head for you, to give you invites. And now, if you have a student graduating, the easiest way, if you have your friend that is graduating, the friend can invite you for the graduation ceremony. Yes. From that graduation ceremony, you do these 4 things. Don't forget, apply for job, get labor market impact assessment, then apply for work permit. It's simple. It's simple as A and B. A, B, C, D. So now you have known the secret, the route. If you're working and you don't have anybody, go through the tourist visa. The tourist visa, when you get to Canada, you do this thing. The same thing, apply for job, get Limia, then apply for work permit. It's simple. It's one of the hottest routes, because tomorrow I will tell you another easiest route to go to Canada. You don't even need, you just need to go through the EDPP. Yes, EDPP. You go through that route as well, but that route require you to apply for job, seek interview, but it's an express route to PR. You know, this one now is what, you know, what everybody is aiming for is to get a citizenship. And some people are aiming there to go and make money and come back. But I know that 80% of people want a second citizenship of a foreign country like Canada, UK, USA, Germany, any European country, or these tier countries. So that is why I said that that route is the easiest to PR, because the employment-driven pilot program was within 3 years you get your PR. But in this one now, through the visiting visa, you apply for work permit, you start counting points. You know, you start doing a lot of things to get PR. So that's the different way. So if you want to go to Canada now, and you've got somebody in Canada that is doing graduation, the person can invite you to attend the graduation. But once you get there, prepare yourself that you're going there to showcase, you know, who you are, you know, to get something else. So, and again, if you don't have anybody but you still want to go, you go through tourist routes that you want to visit Canada in summer. You know, check in a hotel, book a hotel, apply for your visa. When you get in, you still follow that route. You look for job, get Limia, then apply for work permits. So this is where I will end this video. If you have any question in this route, tell me. If you have anything that is confusing you, you tell me. And just ask me in the comment section, or you ask me in WTP, and I'll answer you. I normally go there each time I'm free from work or my desk is free. I will go there. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for sticking with me. And I pray and I ask God that everything will work out well. Anybody that is, I've got 30 people that have gotten their jobs and they are now applying for visa, and I'm praying that everything will work out well for everybody, and most of you, your heart's desires will be granted by God Almighty. And I wish you well. Any question, you remember WTP or in the comment section under this video. I will always be here to answer, pick the questions when I can see them, then answer it. Okay guys, I will end it here, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much, because I will be telling you the easiest route to PR. You know, within 3 years you get your PR. So just check this page tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye.